Platinum X here with a game guide for Kingdom Come Deliverance. You get two of these choices between your characteristics: strength, agility, vitality, and speech. So I'm going to go ahead with speech.
Well,
Alright, so you can see their speech went up as well as main level went up. I'm going to go ahead with speech again. So again, speech went up, main level went up. Let's take a look at what that means. Henry is an absolute 0. Combat skills, 0 down the board. Skills, all skills start out at not 1, 0. So again, Henry is an absolute 0. You would think, being a blacksmith's son, he would start out with some kind of skill, but no. He's literally an illiterate toddler, which makes this game extremely brutal on the whole learning curve. This is what makes this game kind of a unique experience, and you're literally building Henry up into whatever you want him to be. This is Skalitz right here. And these are our current objectives. Go to your father, who will give you some chores to run around town and do, and go to sword fighting lessons. Now the first thing though, if you notice here where it's got health, energy, and nourishment, highlighted there. Health and energy is 100, is at 100, but nourishment's at 40. That basically means you need to eat. Anytime you sleep, health and energy will increase, but nourishment will go down. And basically, so we just woke up. That's why everything's full except for nourishment. We just need to eat. Anytime you see these pots, go ahead and eat from it if you need to. Nourishment, that was 25 points. So nourishment went from 40 to 65 now. So this is basically just free food. It doesn't matter if it's in somebody else's yard. Like, that's not considered stealing. So anytime you see those pots, if you need to eat, go ahead and eat from it. This chest, these schnapps are for saving the game. Go ahead and just loot everything. And so there's 3 ways to save the game. Save, which if you see down there, it says this will cost you 1 schnapps. All right, and then also save and exit. Now what save and exit does is it exits you to the main menu and creates an exit save. Now that exit save can only be loaded from the main menu. You cannot load to a exit save once you're in the game unless you die. You die, you can load an exit save. This is an auto save. Auto saves happen mostly when you start a quest. All right, and then notice here a second pot to eat from. We're going to do some sword fighting training. Talk to this guy here. All right, now that we're on chain strike, you just basically a slight pause. Like, it doesn't even have to be a full second, just like half a second. Like, alright, see, that was a chain strike. So now it's 1 out of 3. So again, just a slight pause between your strikes. Again, just like not even a full second. Just a slight pause. See, our sword went up. But also warfare. There it is right there. So there's strength. So now we've had sword, warfare, and strength all go up. Now he'll automatically stop here after a certain amount of time. There's sword again. There's agility. 4 different strength, agility, warfare, and sword are all going up. See, he automatically stopped now after a certain amount of time.
Alright, that's enough. I don't know about you, but I'm tired and thirsty. Remember though, train hard. No one becomes a master swordsman overnight. You have to work and work. And the main thing is to use what you've learned in real combat. There's nothing better than experience, believe me.
And there is a skill called herbalism. There's Sage. Herbalism went up to 5. New perks unlock at every 5th level. So 5, 10, 15, and 20. And the first one we want to get is Flower Power, which is going to give us a +2 charisma bonus. Alright, so notice we've got 168 nettle. Resistance right here says you've collected such a quantity of poisonous herbs or nettles that your vitality is permanently increased by +2. Alright, so as you can see, we've got that +2 bonus to both vitality and charisma now. So if you notice this perk here, that is minimum level 10, will add experience to your strength for picking flowers. Okay, so now we've got herbalism up to 10. And now, since I've got that leg day perk, I'm also getting experience into my strength. Okay, so my strength just increased again from picking flowers or herbs. All right. All right, so herbalism is now 15. So because I don't have a horse yet, I'm going to go ahead with this, sell at 15% higher prices. All right, so before talking to Father, you can see I went ahead and got my nourishment up to 100. There is plenty of food in this room to do that. The other thing I want to do is revisit this chest and deposit all of those herbs except for 30. All right, so you can see I still have 30 nettles, and I specifically chose nettle just to show you that it really doesn't matter what herb is in your inventory, you're going to get that +2. The reason I did all that before talking to Father is once you talk to Father, it creates an auto save. So you do not have to use your schnapps. All right, now he's kind of fussing about how long it took you. Just say I had something to do. This will help out with your speech as well.
Sorry, I had to go and deal with something.
Well, it's no
See success, reputation gained.
Anyway.
All right, so after talking to Father and getting that auto save, the first thing you want to do is come over here and talk to Kunish.
God be with you.
What do you want?
Now, it doesn't really matter what you say up to this point, but then right here, because we started with the 3 speech, will be successful on debts must be paid speech check.
If I had anything to
It
give,
will
I'd
be
give it.
successful, but he has no money.
Don't come back.
So it avoids the fight, and you still don't get any money. So what you do at this point is, once he fills his basket there with wood, he'll walk around that corner. We'll then go into his house. All right, now that he's gone around the corner, we can go into the house. Go into this room over here. And once we get to the chest,
A locked chest.
it says we
I'll
get
need a
that
lockpick to get
message.
into that. Fritz might have one.
So it's very important to do that. Now, the other way to trigger that is if you lose the fight with Kunish. So if you didn't choose speech at first and you don't have enough speech to pass that check, you'll get into a fist fight with him. If you lose that fight, then you can go in the house. When you get to the chest, it will trigger that message about getting lockpicks from Fritz. You will not be able to get lockpicks otherwise. So it's very specific. You either lose the fight or you pass that speech check. Now, something else you can do in Skalitz before you leave is play some dice.
Fancy throwing a few dice?
Now, I've already posted a dice tutorial, so I'm not going to redo it in this video. So feel free to look at that dice game tutorial under my playlist. However, there is a warning. There's a couple of outbursts of profanity. Dice games can be very frustrating.
Kurva! Why the hell did I even start playing?
Moment you walk through this door right here will trigger a cutscene. So after the cutscene and after talking with your friends,
Alright, I'll do it. But then you have to give me a hand with something.
What do you need?
Kunesh owes money to father and doesn't want to pay. I tried talking to him, but he wouldn't listen. I need more than words to get coin out of him, and I can't handle it on my own.
No problem, we'll back you up. Just as soon as we're done plastering Deutsch's house.
So are we doing this or not?
Alright, you will then get into a brawl. But you're not alone. When you hit, just keep punching. And it makes this very easy. See, he's already down. He's down. So before you meet the lads behind Kunish's place, if you go over here to the guards to get the cross guard, this will pop up. So let's see what this says.
Things could be better. Kunesh owes us money and he doesn't want to pay.
That drunkard? It won't be easy wringing any coin out of him. What will you do?
I don't know yet, but I have a feeling it won't go smoothly.
Alright, now that we're back behind Kunish's place, make sure you talk to Fritz.
Listen, there's this locked chest I need to get into.
Really? An honest trade not good enough for you anymore?
It's just that someone has something that doesn't belong to him, and I want to take it back.
If you say so. It's not skin off my nose anyway. I've got some lockpicks you can have. But if you get caught, you didn't get them from me.
Never heard of you. Thanks, Fritz.
Alright, so there you've got 4 lockpicks. Well, it doesn't really matter who you talk to.
I need a hand with Kunesh.
Sure, mate.
Let's get to Kunesh. Get out here, you old goat. I've something to show you.
What the fuck are you here for? You want me to take a whip to you or call a catchpole? Just try it, you old drunk.
Enough! Enough!
So, now that I'm pretty much done with everything, I'm going to go ahead and sell these clothes. As well as the axe, hammer, and nails. Now, because I'm actually getting back more than what he has, I'm going to go ahead and buy some more charcoal. And then that will give me the opportunity to haggle.
Naturally.
Alright, so I got all of his money. And if you have any injuries from those fights, as you can see that torso injury, that icon at the bottom left, you know.
Oh, now, stop squealing like a baby and show me that. There you are, good as new. You ought to learn to do that yourself.
Thanks, Ma.
So Ma will patch you up where you have no injuries and you're actually at full health. Alright, now that we've pretty much done everything around town, except for buying the ale. Buying the ale is the last thing you want to do. Because if you do anything after buying the ale, it gets warm and Father just sends you back for another one because he wants a cold one. So again, buying ale is the last thing you want to do. But now that we've done everything else and we've got lockpicks from Fritz, we're going to start working on stealth and lockpicking. Now this right here is a touchy spot because it's too risky right here. Because there's too many people walking around that can spot you. Alright, so at the end we've got some doors here to pick. Go back here, but then once you go back here you are trespassing. One chest here. Alright, now that ball in the middle is the size depends on how close it is to the sweet spot. So seeing how big it is, that means it's pretty close. And this is the easiest thing. The closer it is to the center, the easier it will be. All right, so make sure it's on simplified lock picking. Now we've got such a low skill right now, it's still difficult because of our low skill. Now it went up. But this is why you want to use a schnapps to save it in case you break all your picks. You can just reload it. See, that one's pretty good size, so we know it's close. This is basically the inventory for Bianca. Like, this is all the stuff that Bianca sells. So if we go ahead and steal all this, we can just sell it back to her.
Greetings.
She has 150 groschen. We can just sell all this stuff we stole right back to her. Because it's stolen, she's not going to give me the value that it showed when I was in the sell menu. She's only going to give me 59, but I can still haggle for a better price. Speech went up. One other thing I want to point out is I sold all the clothes that I started with because of the noise. When I'm working on stealth and lock picking, I don't want anything that generates noise. Lock picking went up. All right, now this right here is the Deutsch's house. Remember the one we threw manure at? So this is the Deutsch. Remember, he's a wealthy person. So he's somebody that you do want to take down because he has some pretty nice things. As you level up your lock picking, it gets a little bit easier. That's too far out. It's going to be a little more difficult, so I'm going to reset that. First thing I'm going to do is shut that door. That's better. No way. Now keep in mind when you take somebody, when you do a stealth knockout, they do get up after a little while. Again, they're not dead, they're just knocked out. So if you spend too much time in here, he could wind up, getting up and coming inside. There we go. That'll do. Now this one's got a lot of good stuff. Except for those work boats and that club. I'm going to leave those in there. All this stuff is low value except for these silent boots. I'm going to go ahead and use your schnapps to save it. Because sometimes when you're doing these knockouts, you might grab somebody that kicks out. And then of course you wind up caught in a crime. Trying to pick these doors, it can be very risky with somebody spotting you. I'm going to go with the lasting lockpicks, making them more durable. Okay, so this one is starting out in a good spot. We're going to be close, right there. But you want to make sure you want to get the whole area so that you know. All right, we can now do hard. Keep in mind, Bishek is knocked out, not dead. So if we take too long, he'll get back up. This is the inventory of the merchant out there. Now, before I start selling this stuff, I'm going to put on. So there's a couple things here, a few things here we can go ahead and sell. All right, I'm back at the house to pick the one that I couldn't unlock earlier. There is another skill book in this one. Henry's beta dice, which you really don't want to use for the dice game, but still it's a unique item. You might want to go ahead and take it because this chest does disappear at some point in the game. Get that book. It's a strength book. And then I basically deposited everything in my inventory except for my silent shoes and some more schnapps. Alright, so the coast is clear. We can knock this dude out again. And we got another stealth perk. Now as you level lockpicking up, it gets much easier. Like the lockpick moves around less, so it's easier to hold it into position. It has less wobble effect. Okay, now that I'm done with everything in Skalitz, I just want to go over what I have learned. So I'm level 4, 5 strength, 2 agility, 2 vitality, 4 speech, combat skills, 2 warfare, 2 sword, 1 unarmed, 3 drinking, 15 herbalism, lock picking 10. So that took a lot of time and really was not worth going all the way up to 10. Stealth up to 9. Oh, I do want to go ahead and equip. Alright, so everything that's not equipped is going back in this chest. Your equipped items have that little symbol right there. Now I can just go ahead and hold X to move all from this tab. That'll make that quicker and easier. And go back to found and go over here and see if there's anything that I actually do want to carry with me, like the schnapps, for example. So we have to also have at least 10 charcoal for father. So we are good to finish out Skalitz.
Yeah, about time.
Alright, run to the horse with the green saddlebag. Whistle to get them off of Teresa. That will unlock Cavalier. Triangle to get on the horse. Tap circle twice and then hold to full speed gallop. Go to inventory. Go over to sidekick. Tack. You see that noble saddle? 1.2k. And what we want to do is hit square to move that to inventory. There we go. Alright, now that we're in Talmberg, go down the stairs here. Talk to Robard.
You've done well.
Follow him to the
I heard
kitchen.
about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes.
You fled from Skalitz. How did you manage that?
They torched Ravana on their way.
It seemed like any other day.
God preserve us.
Success. Alright, that was successful, so we'll say that again.
We all
Or
ran
we'll
towards
use
the
speech
castle for
again.
shelter. They murdered my parents.
God bless.
Success again. Yeah, if you don't respond to her, you'll lose reputation for being rude. We're going to go ahead and get some sleep. It doesn't really matter how long you rest because they're going to wake you up here like shortly. When talking to Stephanie, stick with speech. Of course, I have a 4, but it's always
I went to the
successful.
tavern to- What? That Sigismund's. And then. Here. I run. What? I have.
Alright, grab the torch. Left on the D-pad to equip the torch. Don't go into the tower yet, because it's you're trespassing in there. Just wait for a guard to approach you right here.
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Alright, before you skip time, wait for him to leave the tower. Make sure no one else is coming up. Main thing we're looking for right here is arrows. And there's even 2 bows right here. That one's not even stealing. Alright, now considering I have 10 locks picking, I can go ahead and pick these hard chests. Go ahead and loot everything. Now I'm going to go outside the tower here and wait till morning.
Everyone to the Bailey battlement! Quickly, we have visitors!
Going down the ladder. Another barrel. Shield. Another shield. There's another barrel behind this chest. Nothing in it. Now this right here is what you'll need to get out of here, so I'm going to just leave it there for right now. I'm going to go ahead and put everything I've looted into this one barrel. It says to talk to Sir Robard. Just ignore that. You're not likely going to pass any of the speech checks with him. Visit this merchant right here. He will not buy stolen equipment. I need some lockpicks. And they are 14 each, so we can get at least 2. Make that 3.
Very well.
A reputation gain there. And talk to this guard. Go ahead and exhaust the dialogue options just for speech experience. And then I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with.
Now, you're not going to pass any of these probably. So just say never mind.
Never mind.
And then go talk to Lady Stephanie. And she's actually in bed. So while she's in bed, we're going to pick this chest right here. And there's actually some pretty valuable stuff in this chest right here. Go ahead and loot it all. Might as well go ahead and look to see what else we've got here. Since I've already leveled lockpicking, might as well use it. Some more, couple of good items in here. Go ahead and take it. Books. Three more lockpicks. Nice. Check this out. 1.8K. Nice. Another lockpick. That's Sir Radzig's hood. It doesn't make sense that that's even here. So yes, I am going to take it. There's Stephanie.
The Lord save you. What do you need?
Alright, tell her I have to get to
I'd like
Scallots.
to ask your assistance, my lady, if I may be so bold.
What's the matter, lad?
I need to get out of the castle. And your husband is keeping me here by force.
Why, for the love of God, would you want to leave the castle?
Again, stick with speech.
My parents are lying in the mud of Scallots at the mercy of dogs and jackdaws. I can't just leave them there.
That's terrible. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
Alright. Back to the tower. Again, this right here, we're going to need that to get out of here. Alright, now I've equipped all the armor from the chest and the tower. Going back to Stephanie.
My lady.
God be with you. I'm sorry. Do I know you?
It's me, my lady. Henry.
I didn't recognize you at all. I still think you should stay here in the safety of the castle, Henry. But I see your heart is drawing you away from here. God go with you.
Loot everything from the barrel. You really don't need the horse because you'll have to get off of it anyway.
God be with you.
Need to get out of here.
Says who? I've never seen you before in my life. And that's odd, seeing as how you're wearing our colors.
Alright, remember what Lady Stephanie said. Just tell him Captain Robart sent you to Utsits.
I'm Sir Robart's messenger. He's sending me to Ujits to find out if Sigismund's army has been giving them trouble.
I might believe you if I knew who you were. Who the hell are you?
Now I'm going to go with speech on this one.
I'm Yannick of Malashov. I haven't been here long, but if you had your eyes open, you would have noticed me. Now open the fucking gate, or I'll have to go and get Sir Robard, and you wouldn't want that, would you?
Oh, alright, alright.
Success.
May the Lord watch over you.
Alright, now the reason I've been walking ever so slowly, fully encumbered like this with all the stuff I looted from the castle is because if you go talk to the innkeeper,
I'll be with you.
place to
Is there
sleep.
somewhere I could...
Aye. For how long?
Just the one night?
All right.
Here you go.
You're
Where do I go to sleep?
in the loft. There's a door next to the chicken coop. Inside, there's a ladder up to the loft. You'll find it all set up for sleeping.
Oh, right there, that chicken coop. Alright, any inn that you pay for a room is a shared chest. So all this is free stuff. Got 5 treasure maps and this Warhorse Gambison. Don't need to pull anything out right now. What I need to do is put everything in. Alright, so that was the whole purpose of getting this room, is just to access that chest, which is a shared chest at the Miller's house in Rattay, and every inn that you purchase a room from. So all of that stuff in there should now be safe, and I'm no longer encumbered. Alright, so stay wide and just run around the bandit. Like, stay off the road. There's a bandit on the road right there. He's kneeling down looting a corpse. No matter what I do, I can't sneak up on him. I've got 9 stealth with Rain Man. It's raining. Can't sneak up on him. I went around and came up from behind him on the road where I was creeping up, and then kind of sprinted up to him and then crouched real quick to do a knockout before he could, turn around. And that worked, but the thing is, he's got crap equipment, so it's really not worth even messing with. Running down the road this way, there'll be not a bandit, but just, I guess, a peasant, like somebody from Skalitz. So if you try to beat him up, it's bad reputation. That's him right there. So if you, I chased him down and tackled him and then got into a fist fight with him, and of course I suffered bad reputation. Because again, he's not really a bandit, he's just, I guess, somebody from Skalitz. So it's really not worth doing any of these encounters along the way. It's better just to swing wide up the hill there and come around to the gate at Skalitz on the other side. But there's another person here. There's another bandit in this area that will attack you. And let's see if I can sneak up on this one. There he is, right there.
Well, I never. The pig turned up willingly for the slaughter.
So he heard me, but I was able to get to him quick enough.
Well, now, this was come pouring out from under some rock.
I did a fast walk up, quick crouch, knockout. Alright, right here is the bailiff. Take the shard. That was the Deutsch, the guy who we threw dung at his house. And here is Bianca. Alright, so now we gotta find a spade, so run over here where the dog is barking.
Seems to me that dog knows exactly why he's going for you. You're picking dead men's pockets. That's right! Turn tail and run, you bastard!
First, I want to loot everything from this chest. Alright, right here under the tree is where you dig your parents' grave. Alright, we're home. We're at the Rattay mill. So everything in my inventory is now in this chest. And remember that I put all the stuff that I looted in Tamburg in that chest at the inn. And I said that's a shared chest. So again, all of that stuff I put in that chest is now in this chest. The first thing you need to do is get some food. Now is a good opportunity to finish getting herbalism up to 20 to unlock that final perk. So the last perk under herbalism is horse nip. If your horse has enough fragrant herbs in its saddlebag, it will shy less. Now that can be a lifesaver because if you get ambushed and your horse throws you off, you're most likely going to die. Alright, make sure to stop by the bathhouse on the way up to Rattay. People will comment about you being, dirty and smelly. So we want to use bathhouse services.
And what is it?
And have bath and launder my garments.
Proper bath. And my clothes need washing.
Who can teach me to read?
I want to learn to read. Who should I go and see?
There's a retired scribe in Ushitz. He could teach you.
Alright, while we're at the apothecary, let's go ahead and pay our debt.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Reputation gained. Go ahead and talk to Miller Peshek. Alright, so talk to him again. Don't pay anything yet. Go do this quest that we just got from him. You can ask him where to find a shovel. You need to come over here to this, what do you want to call this, little cart. And there we go. Pick up the spade. Alright, now you can ask him about teaching you pick locks. He gives you 15 lock picks. He brings you out behind the house to this chest, and so it's just easy difficulty, but again, it's additional experience for lock picking. And if you didn't practice like I did in Skalitz, then here's a perfect opportunity. It only locks back a certain amount of time. Alright, now you do have to open it. Notice it doesn't respawn the schnapps that was inside, but it does lock back. Alright, now you notice it's not locking back anymore. Now I might have lost count. It's either like 9 or 10. Alright, so now that we've talked to Peshek and practiced some lock picking, it's time to go do that quest that he sent us on. You look at the map. It's marked right there with the A. Here's the executioner's little area. The grave is right here.
Where the fuck is that ring? Oh, that stench makes me want to puke. Peshek will pay for this.
Alright, so there's no ring in the grave, and I pretty much already knew that. It's actually in the house. Nope, there he is right there in bed. Knock him out. Like this, though, on the other hand, only weighs 1 pound, so that's worth taking. His sword, definitely. Look at that value on that sword. Dead man's ring and a couple of schnapps.
I'll have that ring for you.
Alright, now that we've done that, we'll be able to sell stolen goods to him.
Sure that'll come in useful.
And the miller that we now have to take this ring to is also a fence. So we've got, ways to sell stolen goods. Alright, now that we've done that, we can talk to Peshek again, and he'll train us in pickpocketing. Alright, now we've met Peshek out behind one of the buildings to practice pickpocketing. Just talk to him again. You hold X until... See the meter, how it's still green? Well, as it darkens and start getting orange and then red, that's how much time you've got in this menu. There's the item we're picking, then you got to go back to the door to exit out with it. Alright, then talk to him again. So the more you do it at one time, he'll start just consistently catching you. So when that happens, it's time to just go ahead and stop. But then you can always come back later and do it again.
Caught you.
Easy way out. The movement of the cursor in a pickpocketing victim's inventory will be twice as fast. So you can do free training for pickpocketing up to level 5 with Peshek, but after that it disappears off of the list here. But you can still pay for training in both pickpocketing and lockpicking. I've arrived in Ushitz. Again, there's the scribe is straight ahead. And just to show you the path that I came along is this road here. Went through the woods here. Yep, there's the scribe right there.
Jesus Christ be praised.
I'd like to learn to read. Alright, so it's 50 groschen.
Here are your groschen.
Then we may as well start. Wake up, lad. It's time we were getting on. So, let's see you read a bit.
Will I manage?
There's a book on the table right here. Open it. Now it is important to actually read it so that you get the meaning of the story. I just kind of glanced at it and saw the word goose. And then when I talked to him again...
I've read the book.
Wonderful. So tell me, what have you learned?
What have I learned? There's something about some fella and the goose. That's what I said the first time because that's all I remember seeing is the word goose. I need to read it again. Or that being greedy doesn't pay. That's really the whole point of the story is greedy doesn't pay.
Greedy doesn't pay.
Excellent. You're one of my most talented pupils.
I only just managed the fable about the goose, and now you're asking me to tackle Latin.
Alright, so the other book is right here. This next part is really easy. You really don't even have to focus on any, like memorizing anything. You could take a picture. But here's the thing. When you go back over to him...
I read the page.
So tell me, Distrupule, what's written there?
Alright, now look at what we got here. There was no words that were legible in what we just opened. But yeah, this right here says part drop it at the end. This one right here, there's no legible words. This one right here says a liquor party profit. So you already know it's the one in the middle.
Nullus est liber tam malus ut non lique parte prosit.
Good heavens!
Thank you, Domine. I'm feeling a lot wiser.
Reading is now 3. Alright, that's it for this guide. We've taken Henry from an absolute illiterate 0 to an expert flower-picking thief who can read. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe. See you next time.